Have you ever sensed something off about a friend's congratulations? That strange feeling when a smile doesn't quite reach someone's eyes. In a world of carefully crafted appearances, discovering who genuinely supports you and who secretly harbors jealousy can be challenging, yet absolutely crucial for your peace of mind. Today, I'm sharing 10 powerful techniques rooted in ancient Stoic wisdom that will help you unmask hidden envy and deception. These timeless insights have guided the greatest minds for over 2,000 years, and now they can help you navigate your relationships with clarity and confidence. By mastering these techniques, you'll not only protect yourself from toxic influences, but also cultivate deeper, more meaningful connections with those who truly deserve your trust. Your journey toward a more authentic life begins with recognizing what lies beneath the surface. Before we begin, I invite you to join me through all 10 revelations. Each one builds upon the last, creating a complete framework for understanding human behavior. Comment: I am ready for clarity below if you're committed to this transformative journey. Number 1. Watch actions, not words. One fundamental principle of Stoic philosophy teaches us, don't believe in words, believe in actions. Words can be crafted, manipulated, or entirely fabricated, but actions reveal authentic intentions. Consider the colleague who enthusiastically praises your promotion while subtly undermining your work behind closed doors, or the friend who constantly promises support but vanishes when difficulties arise. These contradictions between words and deeds are the first red flags of insincerity. As Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. This profound insight reminds us that character manifests through behavior, not declarations. Try this. Observe how people behave when they believe no one is watching or when there's nothing for them to gain. These unguarded moments often reveal someone's true nature far more accurately than their carefully chosen words. By focusing on consistent patterns of behavior rather than isolated promises, you'll develop a clearer understanding of who genuinely supports you and who might be concealing envy beneath a veneer of pleasantries. Number 2. Examine reactions to your success. Pay close attention to how others respond when you achieve something noteworthy. This moment often unveils hidden feelings that normally remain concealed. Genuinely supportive individuals celebrate your victories with authentic enthusiasm. They understand that personal growth isn't a competition, but rather, as the Stoics taught, a journey where the only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Conversely, those harboring envy might offer congratulations that feel hollow or forced, subtly diminish your achievement, you got lucky, or it wasn't that difficult. Quickly change the subject. Emphasize the negative aspects or challenges of your new position. Display micro-expressions of displeasure despite verbal praise. Reflect on your recent accomplishments. Who genuinely celebrated with you? Who seemed uncomfortable or dismissive? These reactions offer profound insights into who values your growth and who perceives your success as somehow diminishing their own worth. Remember, the Stoics advise focusing on what you can control. Rather than confronting those whose reactions reveal their envy, simply note this information and adjust your expectations accordingly. This awareness protects your peace of mind while allowing you to invest more deeply in genuinely supportive relationships. Number 3. Notice how they treat those who cannot benefit them. A truly revealing test of character is observing how someone behaves toward people who hold no power, offer no advantage, or pose no threat to them. The Stoics understood that human dignity is universal, regardless of social position. A person of integrity maintains consistent respect for all individuals, from company executives to service staff. Watch carefully. Does your colleague maintain the same warmth and courtesy when speaking to the office cleaner as they do with the CEO? Does your friend treat waitstaff with the same respect they show to you? People concealing jealousy or deception often reserve their charm for those they wish to impress or manipulate. They may be dismissive, rude, or completely disregard those they deem unimportant to their objectives. This stark contrast in behavior reveals a character built on calculation rather than principle. This observation works both ways. It helps you identify insincerity in others while also prompting healthy self-reflection. How consistently do you honor the dignity of everyone you encounter, regardless of what they can do for you? True character emerges in these seemingly minor interactions. By paying attention to these patterns, you'll recognize those who operate from authentic values versus those whose kindness is merely transactional. Number 4. Distinguish between genuine praise and flattery. Excessive compliments often mask deeper motives. While sincere appreciation is specific and thoughtful, flattery tends to be extravagant, persistent, and disconnected from your actual accomplishments. The Stoics remind us that our self-worth shouldn't depend on external validation. As Marcus Aurelius noted, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Apply this wisdom when receiving praise by asking yourself, does this compliment actually reflect my efforts and achievements, or does it seem designed to influence my feelings toward the speaker? Consider these warning signs of insincere flattery. The praise seems disproportionate to your actual accomplishment. Compliments come from someone who doesn't know you well enough to make such judgments. The person follows excessive praise with a request or expectation. Their admiration contradicts previous attitudes or statements. Their body language doesn't match their enthusiastic words. A classic workplace example: a colleague lavishes praise on your presentation skills while subtly undermining your ideas to others. Their words and private actions don't align, suggesting manipulation rather than genuine admiration. By learning to recognize the difference between honest appreciation and calculated flattery, you protect yourself from those who would use praise to lower your defenses or create a false sense of alliance. This discernment keeps you grounded in authentic self-assessment rather than the potentially misleading opinions of others. Number 5. Observe consistency across different situations. Consistency reveals character. The Stoics valued harmony between principles and actions across all circumstances, not just when convenient or advantageous. Examine how people in your life behave in different contexts. Do they maintain the same values whether things are going well or poorly? Are they equally reliable with small commitments and major responsibilities? Does their treatment of you change depending on who else is present? Do they uphold the same ethical standards in professional and personal settings? People concealing jealousy or deception struggle to maintain consistency. They might appear supportive in your presence, but speak critically about you to others. They might profess certain values, but abandon them when faced with temptation or pressure. For example, notice the colleague who advocates for teamwork during meetings, but takes full credit for group achievements when speaking with superiors. Or the friend who praises your ambition to your face, but subtly undermines your confidence when opportunities arise. These inconsistencies aren't accidental. They reveal the gap between someone's carefully constructed image and their authentic motivations. When you notice patterns of inconsistency, you're likely witnessing someone's internal conflicts manifesting in their behavior. Rather than making hasty judgments, patiently observe these patterns over time. A single inconsistent moment might simply reflect a human lapse, but repeated contradictions between words and actions reveal deeper character issues that warrant your caution. We're halfway through our exploration of these revealing signs. If you're finding value in these insights, please support this journey by liking and sharing this video. Comment, always observe carefully to signal your commitment to applying these principles in your daily interactions. Number 6. Watch their response to criticism. How someone handles criticism provides extraordinary insight into their character. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius embraced this perspective when he wrote, "If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth." A secure, authentic person approaches criticism as an opportunity for growth. They can separate their core worth from specific feedback about their actions or ideas. They listen attentively, consider perspectives thoughtfully, and respond with maturity, even if they ultimately disagree. In contrast, those harboring insecurity, jealousy, or deception typically display defensive reactions. Immediate counterattacks or personal accusations, deflection to others' mistakes or shortcomings, elaborate justifications rather than thoughtful consideration. Holding grudges against those who offered constructive feedback, seeking retribution rather than understanding. Consider a workplace scenario. A team leader who responds to an employee's suggestion with curiosity and appreciation demonstrates confidence and authenticity. Meanwhile, the leader who becomes defensive dismisses ideas without consideration or later retaliates against the employee reveals profound insecurity. This principle offers two valuable applications. First, it helps you identify trustworthy individuals by observing their openness to feedback. Second, it provides an opportunity for self-reflection. How do you typically respond when someone questions your ideas or actions? By viewing criticism through the Stoic lens, as information rather than attack, you can distinguish between those who prioritize growth and those who prioritize protecting a carefully constructed facade. Number 7. Notice their tendency to make comparisons. People who frequently compare you to others often reveal more about their own insecurities than about you. These comparisons, especially when unsolicited or inappropriate, can signal underlying jealousy or competitive feelings they're unwilling to acknowledge directly. Stoic philosophy encourages us to focus on our own progress rather than measuring ourselves against others. Those who habitually make comparisons are often projecting their own anxieties and judgmental tendencies. Listen for phrases like, "That's good, but not as impressive as what Sarah accomplished." "You're doing well, although John handled it differently when he was in your position." "Your approach is interesting, but have you seen how they do it at XYZ company?" These seemingly innocent comparisons subtly undermine your achievements or choices while establishing the speaker as an authority positioned to evaluate you against others. Genuine supporters celebrate your unique journey and contributions without the need to rank or compare. They understand that human excellence comes in countless forms and expressions. When someone consistently frames your life, work, or achievements in comparison to others, consider whether this behavior stems from their own need to establish hierarchies where they can place themselves advantageously. This habit often reveals a person more concerned with relative status than with authentic connection or mutual growth. By recognizing this pattern, you can choose to engage less with those who feed their insecurities through constant comparison and instead nurture relationships with people who appreciate you on your own terms. Number 8. Evaluate their handling of personal failure. Nothing reveals character more clearly than how someone navigates their own failures and mistakes. Stoicism teaches that failure provides our greatest opportunities for growth and self-knowledge, but only if we approach it with honesty and accountability. A person of integrity acknowledges mistakes directly, takes responsibility without excessive self-blame, identifies lessons for future improvement, makes genuine amends when appropriate, maintains perspective without dramatizing setbacks. Conversely, those concealing jealousy or deception typically blame external circumstances or other people, deny or minimize obvious mistakes, create elaborate excuses rather than solutions, respond with disproportionate emotion or self-pity, rewrite history to position themselves more favorably. As the Stoic-inspired saying goes, a person's true nature is revealed in times of greatest adversity. This insight reminds us that challenges strip away pretense, revealing core character. Consider how colleagues handle missed deadlines, how friends address interpersonal conflicts, or how family members respond when their mistakes impact others. These moments of vulnerability show whether someone prioritizes truth and growth or self-protection and image management. By observing these patterns without judgment, you develop a more accurate understanding of who you can trust with your own vulnerabilities and who might use your moments of weakness against you. This awareness helps you distribute your trust appropriately, protecting yourself while remaining open to authentic connection. Number 9. Assess how they share information. The way someone discusses both their own experiences and information about others provides profound insight into their character and intentions. Stoic philosophy values truthfulness and appropriate discretion in communication. Consider these revealing patterns. When discussing personal achievements, does someone share with humility and acknowledge contributing factors? Exaggerate their role or the significance of their accomplishments? Need to position themselves as exceptional or superior? Omit important context that would provide a complete picture. Similarly, when discussing others, notice whether they spread unverified information or speculation presented as fact. Seem eager to share negative information about mutual acquaintances. Reveal confidences that were clearly meant to remain private. Frame others' experiences in ways that subtly diminish them. As Marcus Aurelius observed, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. The information someone chooses to share and how they share it reflects their inner landscape. A person who regularly engages in gossip, exaggeration, or strategic information sharing is demonstrating their willingness to manipulate perceptions for personal advantage. This behavior often stems from insecurity and a need to control how they and others are perceived. By contrast, those with genuine self-confidence and goodwill typically communicate with greater accuracy, appropriate boundaries, and respect for both the truth and others' privacy. They understand that integrity in communication builds trust, while manipulation ultimately undermines it. Observing these patterns helps you identify which relationships deserve your openness and which warrant more careful boundaries around personal information. Number 10. Honor your intuition. Throughout human history, the Stoics recognized that our instincts often perceive what our conscious mind hasn't yet processed. That unexplained discomfort you feel around certain individuals, despite their outward friendliness, deserves your attention. Your intuition integrates countless subtle observations, micro-expressions, inconsistencies between words and body language, patterns of behavior, and contextual factors that may escape your immediate awareness. This complex processing creates those gut feelings that something isn't quite right, even when you can't articulate exactly why. Ask yourself, do I feel inexplicably drained after spending time with this person? Do I find myself editing my accomplishments or good news around them? Does tension arise in my body when they approach? Do I sense I'm being assessed or judged rather than genuinely seen? Does something about our interactions feel performative rather than authentic? While intuition shouldn't be your only guide, dismissing these internal signals entirely leaves you vulnerable to manipulation. The Stoics advocated balancing instinct with reason, not ignoring either. When your intuition flags someone as potentially insincere, don't rush to conclusions. Instead, pay closer attention to the specific behaviors we've discussed throughout this exploration. Does this additional observation confirm your initial feeling, or does it suggest your discomfort might stem from other factors? By honoring your intuition while subjecting it to reasonable verification, you develop discernment that protects you from those who might present one face while harboring very different intentions. Recognizing hidden envy and deception isn't about becoming suspicious or cynical. Rather, it's about developing the clarity that allows you to invest your trust, time, and emotional energy wisely. By applying these Stoic-inspired principles, you create space for relationships based on genuine goodwill and mutual growth. Life is too precious to spend navigating undercurrents of jealousy and dishonesty. You deserve connections characterized by authenticity and support. I encourage you to apply at least one of these principles in your interactions this week. Return and share your experience by commenting, "I did it," along with any insights you gained. Your journey toward more authentic relationships benefits not only you, but everyone you touch with your growing wisdom. Thank you for joining me in this exploration. May these ancient insights bring modern clarity to your most important connections.